start streaming. Click that down. I'm gonna leave the preview up for a minute. Okay, so we got that set up. I need to find this thing now. Right now it's my video from earlier. So there's a big picture of me.
Yeah.
on there. So we need to fix that and get that set. So we got 13 minutes till this thing goes live. Let me see if time for the breakdown. If single Nintendo week, did Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I take the top Nintendo stories out. Okay. Let's see if Nintendo did anything yet. What is up, guys? How are you all doing? Look, Cleva is here. Cleva the Great. How you doing, man? It's Cleva, isn't it? How you doing, man? John with glasses. How are you? Fifth the Bank. Sam Banks. How are you, sir? Aaron Doherty.
Bobby.
Doherty. Whatever. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. He respects me. He knows I'm from New Jersey. I'm illiterate. I'm allowed to say. Where is this thing at, Toby?
Nintendo UK.
So just go to Nintendo UK?
Nintendo.co.uk. It's on the front page.
Nintendo.co.uk.
That's it.
This is messed up already. Nintendo.co.uk.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure no porn pops up. That would be bad.
That would be bad, wouldn't it, Bobby?
Alright, so that's the... Is that a video thing?
You can click on it and it opens a new page, but it's this is it.
That's not a video player, man.
Yeah, but I assume it will refresh when there's something
You're
here.
You're assuming, but you don't know. This is nuts.
Kotaku has a thing here that says 17th of January 2018, 10 PM UK time, Nintendo.co.uk.
And who says that? Kotaku?
Kotaku's
British based.
Yeah, but no, it's not, Bobby.
Yes, it is.
They have people from all around the world working for
They're
them.
British based. Would you stop it? They're about Japanese stuff.
Bobby, no, Bobby.
Don't start your nonsense. I'll kick you out of the stream in a minute.
Look, I'm going to send you the link to the Kotaku article.
There's nothing on Nintendo.com.
There's a Nintendo tweet. And look, I'm putting it in the chat for you, Bobby.
Put it in what chat? Just tell me.
In
what
the
it is.
Skype chat, Bobby.
Don't start, Toby. Don't start, Toby.
Look,
Toby.
Don't you start, Bobby.
Don't you start, Toby. Toby. Let's see. It's got to be on YouTube, right?
There's no live thing on YouTube, Bobby.
I know. That's not good. We could watch ourselves watching ourselves. Where is this thing at? Where? There's Game Explain with some stuff.
Yo, Babbit's here.
Ah, Mr. Badbit.
Yo.
It's like a bunch of people are watching it, but I don't know where they're getting it from.
I don't know either, Bobby. Why am I so off-center on camera?
Because you are. Don't ask why.
I don't understand, Bobby.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
I suppose I have to entertain the masses.
You entertain the guests. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, what does everyone think this thing is? I was saying to Bobby that it's either a balance board, Switch balance board, or a children's abacus peripheral for the Switch. You know what? Yeah, actually, you know what it probably is? It's probably something like this. But you're going to be able to plug it into your Switch and call your friends. And that's going to be the new voice chat app. Yeah, so to be honest, no one really knows what it is. I was watching the Game Explain prediction for this, and they were guessing that it could be like some Mario Paint type peripheral thing for the Switch, because they were like focusing on the wording, saying that it's specially crafted for kids and those who are kids at heart. And because they used the word crafted, they thought, oh, could be something to do with actual crafting of things, like making things. So, and some sort of new Mario paint thing, which kind of, I don't know, could be something like that. Yeah, oh look, it's Sean Capri in the chat. How you doing, Sean? Hope you're not too full up of chicken. I don't know where Bobby's gone. I think Bobby's gone for a Tom Tit. If that would be my guess, I don't know where else he'd go. We've got 5 minutes though. Watch my amazing video. If you don't want to watch my amazing video, you can check out my dog if you like. Oh, look how cute he is. Say hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, he's a cutie, isn't he? Alright, what do you do when you're just sitting here talking to a laptop screen when you're supposed to be talking to your co-host who's just suddenly disappeared on you? The baby is asleep right now. Baby is sleeping in the bedroom next door, so I can't be too loud. There's the boss man.
Okay.
Did you enjoy your Tom Tit, Bobby?
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but whatever. What's hold on. Let me call in Justin Masson. Okay, here we go. Go back to the call with Toby. Click add people. Justin Masson. Okay, so exactly.
People will know what you got up to.
Is that what you
Bobby.
mean? What's up,
Tom
Justin?
Tit is a rhyming.
It's a what? It's a what?
It's a rhyming slang, Bobby. Tom Tit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is?
Okay, hold on. Let's get serious for a second because we only got 4 minutes left. Justin, do you know where this thing is visible at?
I keep telling you, Nintendo.co.uk.
Yeah, but that's not a player. It's just a page.
So we got an email from Nintendo today in their PR team, and it was actually just their direct link to their YouTube page.
So I wonder if this isn't live. I wonder if this is just going to go up.
Yeah, so I'm actually to Toby's point, I'm actually going to the UK page right now that was in the original announcement. It's on our Facebook page as well.
Let's try this again. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I have a feeling this thing isn't a live video.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be
be pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded.
Okay.
Oh.
So, what's up, guys? Everybody that's in the chat, how are you doing? Justin Masson, how you doing, sir?
Not bad. How about you guys? Thanks for inviting me to this thing, or me inviting myself.
Hey, we aim to please. You know what I mean? We're like.
I was so I was so hurt. Andre from Game Explain had a whole conversation about what the prediction is for this whole kids thing, and didn't bother calling a Nintendo dad who actually has a child who might value this.
Don't get me started on Andre. Okay, should we resort to Josh Thomas about Andre?
Oh no, we're not going to do that. It's a bit bad, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, I think I'm excited to be here. I think this is going to be great. Again, I think, as we've said on our Facebook and Twitter feeds and everything, please manage your expectations.
Oh yeah.
We do know this is aimed for children, so
yeah, I think we're all going to be embarrassed as grown-ass adults watching this.
First off, we're actually watching this.
Yeah.
And secondly, we're acting like this is the hypeness. Like this.
I've seen some leaks today that might be true, and if it is, y'all going to be just losing your mind up in here.
Don't start
here.
I'm ready to lose my mind after that mini direct.
Shut up. That mini direct was just fine.
That mini direct was hot trash in the... No, I'm just kidding.
You're hot trash. Did you hear? By the way, did you hear how many times I used hot trash in the summer on our latest podcast?
I did not. Did you use
it? It was a couple times. I did. You know why? Because it was your birthday. That was my salute to you.
Okay. Well, at least you have that, because I was going to say I was going to have my lawyers reach out to you. I can't be okay with this.
But I want to say, though, speaking of a pimp jacket, Toby, and by the way, Toby, congratulations being a father.
Oh, thank you. I've joined the club.
Nobody cares about you two.
Come on over to my podcast.
Stop.
We're excited to announce that Toby's the newest member of Nintendo Dad's UK team.
Toby's not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do your podcast. I got news for you.
I've got reps who don't have to get up at 4. It's early contracts.
I got news for you. Well, first off, welcome to the 44 people that are here hanging out and watching us bicker and argue.
44 people? That's loads.
This is more people than Toby's ever had watching. He's getting nervous now. Now the nerves kick in.
Yeah, man.
This is big time, Toby. This is what, if we ran Nintendo, this is what it's like to be on a real show with real stuff happening.
All right.
Shots fired.
I kid.
So we are at the 10 o'clock mark, just rolled over.
Okay. And I see nothing.
Yeah, the PR team did direct us to their YouTube channel, was the link that we received. Nothing has dropped there yet.
This is crazy. Like, what are you doing, Nintendo?
I would have thought, especially if they're using the YouTube player, there would be like the live stream that you'd connect into. Do you know what I mean? Like they usually have that pre-show.
Yeah, like normally they have something playing. That's a lot.
It's up. It's up.
Is it? On the
YouTube?
Okay, all right. Hold on. I'm bringing it up now.
Oh no.
Okay, hold
on. The leak was true.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, hold on. I don't see anything yet.
Let's get everybody where they need to be. So
you're looking for a video at the very top of the player.
I have it. It says
first look at Nintendo
LABO.
LABO.
So here's the thing. Because it's not a live video, we can actually push this back. It's a 3-minute video. So we're going to all start fresh at the same time. Toby, are you there yet?
No, it's not showing up for me yet.
Go to YouTube.
I am. I'm on Nintendo UK YouTube.
No. Go to youtube.com/Nintendo. Yeah. Get away from England already. All right.
You said go on the Nintendo UK.
That's what we've been saying forever. Get away from England. I'm kidding, Toby. I love it.
We did.
All right. I'm on the American one now.
Okay. Now, are you there?
This is where Nintendo UK screws up.
People want to see this. Stop it. People want to see the thing. Let's stop. All right.
All right. I'm ready.
Are you there? All right. We're all there.
Yeah.
So on the count of 3, we'll hit play. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh shit, is this... What? What the hell?
It looks like cardboard cutouts.
Right, yeah. This is a little bit different than what we heard rumor of.
Okay.
What? They have Joy-Cons on them. It's
what the hell?
What is this crap?
What is this? What? Bobby? That's crafty.
No. What?
Tell me you're kidding.
What?
This is very Japanese.
This is very stupid. What is this? A fishing pole? What is going on?
It's a birdhouse, probably.
What?
I am so confused. What the hell is that? That's a fishing pole. Are you kidding me,
I don't
dude?
get how this works.
Dude, this is all little toys. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's Project Giant Robot. Just showed up.
Dude, that is kind of cool.
It's crafting.
It's different.
It's, dude, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want this at all. But, like, for kids, this is amazing. Dude, kids are going to want this big time. What is
Oh,
this?
and they get to color it too.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at those you get to make.
It's out there.
It's
That is
definitely out.
really out there.
That is nuts.
Did that say Toy-Con? Yeah, Toy-Con.
Wow. Wow. Dude, that's going to get a lot of kids wanting to Switch.
Are you kidding me? These things start at 70 MSR.
For some cardboard.
For the kit.
Yeah.
So you buy the so essentially you're buying the kit with the game. And then I guess you have to buy other kits.
Yeah, so I'm on their website right now, labo.nintendo.com.
Okay.
And I've got another ad going on in the background. So launching on the 20th of April, there's a Nintendo Labo Studios. Parents enter by January 21st for a chance to attend a hands-on event. Toy-Con 1 and Toy-Con 2. So there's a variety pack or variety kit, and then there's a Robo kit. Now the Robo kit, interestingly enough, looks like it's leveraging, at least when I saw it, guys, here really quickly, it looked like it was actually repurposing the Project Giant Robot infrastructure.
Yeah.
That looked really familiar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump. I don't know if you guys are on the website right now. I'm going to jump into the kit number 1.
Actually, I'm gonna since I have the ability, I can show people what we're looking at. What's the website?
So it's labo, labo.nintendo.com.
Okay, so we're gonna basically show this off to everybody that's in chat as well, so they can see what we're looking at. What the hell is website's down? It's Labo.
labo.nintendo.com.
Yeah, it's.
Can
crash the site?
Can I share my screen? I think I can. We're on Skype, right?
Dude, the site legit crashed.
Okay, so how do I share my screen? I can share my screen. Plus, share screen. Here we go, Bobby. I'm going to share my screen, okay?
Now, hold on, because it might really bog us down. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Never mind, I got it up.
Okay, you're grand?
Okay, I got it up. Well,
So
there's a trailer for it. And then where are you at? What page? Okay, so you're looking at the $69.99 and $79.99 for Toy-Con 1 and Toy-Con 2.
Yeah, so Toy-Con 1 is 2 RC cars, a fishing rod, a house, a motorcycle, and a piano. Okay. Now, we can't go into those deeper now. Okay, so, and if you scroll down, it actually says they switch. Yeah, the Switch is sold separately. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down, they begin to kind of show what's in the kit.
Yeah.
The actual cardboard. Now, so what I'm curious about, there's a software kit, Nintendo Labo Variety software kit. So this is the actual game cartridge. I would assume that it provides those instructions because they did show like, hey, how these things work.
Exactly.
Some of these things I find interesting. Now, I think the RC cars, we actually saw them kind of in there walking, right? Like it gave that impression. And I mean, if we look,
there's a walker.
Yep.
Yeah, you got kind of a walker thing. That's the RC cars. They're kind of like, it looks like a bug of some sort.
Yeah.
And then it's got the fishing rod. It's got the house with, it looks like little people as well. And then it has the motorbike, which comes with like a little motorbike, and then the piano with all kinds of crazy stuff that goes with the piano.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I'm jumping around the site, so I apologize, guys. Here there is a the very bottom is a LABO, or actually, let's go back to maybe number 2. That makes more sense, right?
Let's go to Robot Kit and see what's in there.
And again, I think this is right off of the giant Project Robot. Now, this is $79.99.
Yeah, this is.
And you're building. Now, this is interesting. Actually, this is a with a cool computer suit or robot suit. You've essentially built a VR headset at the top, or an AR headset.
The VR headset kind of on the top, and then it has the backpack, which goes to your feet as well.
Yep.
And your hands. So I guess as you punch and walk, essentially it's going to happen in game.
Yeah, it pulls it, right?
Yeah.
So that's I think that's interesting. And again, I think when we saw the trailer, this was very much Project Giant Robot. If you scroll to the very bottom, very, very bottom of the page, on the far right-hand corner there is Nintendo Labo Studio.
Uh-huh.
You click on that. So what they're doing is they're basically offering for have one or more kids ages 6 to 12. You live near San Francisco or New York. You can attend a 3-hour hands-on event.
Oh wow! In
studio. So let's just take a quick pause here. What are your guys' general reactions to this and thoughts on what we just got?
Well, let's do with this. There's some people in the chat, right, that are kind of like, oh, it's too much money for. This is not geared for us, guys. Like, everybody that's in the chat. Like, this isn't for... It's a cool concept. Absolutely. But this is for kids. Like, there is no way that I'm actually strapping this thing on my back and doing all this stuff. Like, but
I hear a Patreon goal right there.
Well, yeah, that would be kind of cool. Yeah. But no, but you guys, like...
Yeah. Which I think is probably the value of having a Nintendo dad on this episode helping.
Yeah. But, like, your kids are going to want it. And then I would assume at some point... way down the line, Toby, but like as Evie got older, she would probably be into something like this. Like if you had a kid, like an older kid, it would be.
To be honest, my first reaction was it's made of cardboard, right? And you know what kids are like? They're not always gentle with their toys.
Well, that's British kids like to drool all over stuff. So that's
I worry about these things breaking very easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially movable parts.
Yeah. There is a little bit of definitely that concern, right? What's the wear and tear? How thick is the cardboard? But I do think, some of the things that I thought from a parenting perspective that were really interesting was the fact that we saw one of the kids actually coloring on it, right? So they could decorate their own. So I think that's a great personalization. I think what you're seeing here is that combination of technology and craft, which I think is
that's
huge.
What I was going to say.
I think
takes them away from just being stuck to their screen, and it gets them doing something physical.
I think something that we need I need to address, because people are flipping in the chat, and they're like, oh, $80 for cardboard is too much. Dude, this is a game. It's an interactive game for kids. Like, you pay $60 for Mario Odyssey. You're telling me $20 more, you wouldn't do something that offers all these things for your kids to do? Like, if I was a kid, I'd be all over this. And if I had a kid, I'd be like, let's go. We're doing this. This is cool. Yeah. It's something you could do with your kids and all that stuff. Like,
yeah, you're right, Bobby. It'd be a bonding experience making that with your child.
So there's something else here that actually I just found, and where did I just press here? It's again, I'm on the Labo page, near the very bottom of the Toy-Con 2 Robo Kit. There's a customization set. And if you click on that, it has stencil sheets, sticker sheets, and tape rolls.
Oh, okay, there you go.
For a tenner.
Wow.
And so you can put sticker eyes on your things and stuff like that. So and I'm sure everyone you have people in the chat who are flipping out saying this is mad. And again, this is for kids.
Yeah.
This is for kids.
This isn't for us.
As a parent of 2 children who like to do craft things and who love to play with crafts and try and put things together and cut things out, and I have bundles of tape all over the house in different states of affair and stencils and stickers, this is right up their alley.
Oh yeah.
They would absolutely love this. And I think when you combine something with the software or the hardware of the Switch, now, do I necessarily want my kids, building something and be like, oh, let's stick a couple Joy-Cons in there and seeing how it works. Like this is a parent crafting activity with your kids together. Right. And like the piano set, I'm looking at that. When that's done, you put it away. Right. And you make sure it's not, broken. So, and then I think when you think of the idea here that, if we're looking at this Toy-Con Set 1, which comes with 5 games: the RC cars, the fishing rods, the house, the motorbike, and the piano. These are interactive games of sorts. You are getting almost like a small Wii Sports thing, right? But Wii Craft, you could almost call it that way.
Yeah.
I do think the price may be a touch high, but I also, they'll pay it. People pay it. You are getting a game. You're getting fun out of it. I've seen craft sets at Costco that are about as much as that too.
This is the thing that makes me laugh, though. Like, everybody's like losing their minds, and everybody that's losing their minds doesn't have kids. That's here, right? But the thing is like, I guarantee you, when kids see this and then their friends start talking about it, this is going to be going to be big. Like, seriously, like if you have that like 8, I would probably say like from 7 to like 12, 7 to 11, that age group, I think they're going to be losing their minds over this. Like, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's not. I mean, again, it's not for me. I don't want it at all. But like, I'm looking at it like, as far as pushing Nintendo and pushing ideas, I think it's a good idea.
I think it's incredibly clever to capture an audience that they don't have right now with the Switch.
Yeah. Here's the thing: they've lost kids for a good many years. This is a way to start pulling them back in, and if this does well, man, you can't even imagine the stuff they're going to start doing with it later.
Yeah. My daughters are going to be, like, they're already in bed. It's almost 10:30 here now, right? But I told them, there's this thing going on today, and they're like, can we stay up and watch it? Can we stay up and watch it? And I was like, no, you got to go to bed. But I guarantee you, first thing tomorrow morning, they're going to want to watch this, and they're going to lose their mind.
Yeah.
I'm over it. And I'm actually just reading through some of our Twitter friends. And Adam Rothel, who's up in Canada, said, my kids just lost their minds on this thing.
That's the
right.
thing.
And again, and here's the thing: if you're upset that this is not for you, Nintendo warned you beforehand that this wasn't for you. They were clear about it. Yeah. If you came here looking for Mother 3 or Metroid, get the F out. You set yourself up for failure. You tool. So
stop it, man. Let's get all bold and talk trash on my channel. Like, calm down over there.
You can send your hate to @NintendoDads. Yes, go for it.
Send all your hate to @NintendoDads.
Yeah, call me on it.
No, you're right.
But the thing it's not them.
The thing is I think this is. I like the idea. I like the concept. I think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I enjoy it. I think it's good, man. I mean, we'll see ultimately what happens, but I think if this works, man, they start bringing in kids, and that's what they're missing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. Is this expanding? How does this continue to expand their enterprise and their kind of audience, right? So do we see this continue with like Amiibo stuff itself, right? Like, where do those kind of things reach in as well? Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, it's a very interesting play. But I mean, I can imagine the parents showing up at, like, the Smiths or the Toys R Us and it's like, I'm sorry, I have to pay $70 for a box of cardboard. Are you kidding me? Right? Like the sales pitch is going to be a bit. It's
not just the cardboard though. You get software with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Toby. But I think when somebody initially looks at that, like, you're like, really?
Yeah. I mean, I felt the same. Like, initially, I was like, card, really? Like, there's a lot of money for card.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I look at the variety kit, like the piano and stuff. Like, that's pretty damn smart.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this isn't for like a 5-year-old. This isn't for like a really small kid. I'm like I said, I think does it have an age thing on here?
I'm actually on Nintendo's PR page right now. I'm going to see if I can find something. PDF version. Hold on a second.
Say parental supervision recommended.
Yeah, I think I'd recommend that.
Yeah, I do too. Because my thing is everybody's worried about the cardboard. I'm more worried about the Switch. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Yeah. So here's some interesting things that I'm just on their PR page. So they actually kind of break down a couple of these of what actually those. So let's talk about the first pack variety kit. Mm-hmm. So there's an RC toy. Insert the left and right Joy-Con into your newly built RC car and control its movements using touchscreen controls on the Nintendo Switch console. The HD rumble feature in the Joy-Con controls will cause vibrations that will move the car in the direction you choose.
Get out.
The fishing rod. Construct the fishing rod with an active rotating reel that is attached by string to a cradle holding the Nintendo Switch console. Catch one of the most exotic fish shown swimming on the Nintendo Switch screen by casting your fishing rod and unreeling the reel to lower the hook. Once you feel the vibration on the Joy-Con inserted in the reel, you must tug the fishing rod upwards and crank the reel quickly to try to complete the catch.
I'm buying this. This is me. I don't care.
You know what? I totally get.
Here's the house one. So this is they call Toy-Con house. By inserting various assembly blocks into openings in the side and bottom of the house, you can interact with, play games with, and feed a cute creature on the front-facing Nintendo Switch screen. Each different shaped block is detected by the IR motion camera on the right Joy-Con inserted at the top of the house.
Yeah, because the right Joy-Con is like up in the chimney.
Oh, look at this. So the piano works the same way with the IR camera.
Yeah.
There's a part of the video you can pause it on and you can see it's aiming toward, it's at the back of the box and it's aiming towards the keys.
Yeah.
So the camera, the piano one is assemble a beautiful 13-key piano and insert the Switch Joy-Con and console. You can experiment with your own music creations by pressing different key types. You can even insert different knobs to create different sounds and tones.
Wow.
So you know it's not going to be long until somebody figures out how to play the dun 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 dun, like the opening songs from either Zelda or Mario with the piano. And then the motorcycle is insert the Joy-Con to assemble a handheld or handlebars to drive a motorcycle on the Nintendo Switch screen. Press the ignition start button, starts the engine, while twisting the right handle activates a throttle. Lean your body or turn the handlebars left and right to control the motorcycle.
Good God.
I think that's so clever the way they're using the technology that's built into the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
That's so unique. Like, because they've not really used it for much so far, especially the IR camera. I think they used maybe it was a 1-2 Switch and Resident Evil Revelations, and that's it. Like nothing. And now, like, this is what that was built into the controller for.
Yeah, this is a great quote from Reggie. Nintendo LABO continues our long-standing mission for making people smile by surprising them with new experiences. It is an excellent evolution of the Nintendo Switch platform, one designed to inspire curiosity, creativity, and imagination in people of all ages.
The robot one is just the backpack.
Yeah.
It's just the backpack and the headset and
Did you notice the Joy-Cons are attached to the headset?
Yeah. Well, one Joy-Con goes in the back of the backpack.
Okay.
And one goes in the visor.
Yeah.
This is nuts. This is crazy. All right, I'm going to watch this again.
The thing is, I think a lot of parents would pay that sort of money to have an experience of building something with their child, to have their child interested in doing something crafty like that. Because a lot of kids don't care about stuff like that. They just want to be on their phones or their tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great blend between the craftiness and the modernized technology, which I think is cool. Just as an FYI, again on the press site that I'm on, a lot of the photos they have kind of the event are kids with parents or kids with older family members building together, right? And when I'm looking at this, you are looking at kids who, although they don't put an age band on it, I would say these are kids probably between the ages of 8 to 12 is probably what I'm seeing here. Kind of getting hands on with it as well. And actually, from some of these photos, are actually using the Switch as basically the instruction manual in relation to how to put things together. Very much like probably how we would use our Lego books to build our Legos. They're using it like touchscreen instructions to go through. So yeah, it's pretty great actually. And actually the cardboard looks quite thick actually just from the stock images they're providing.
Like I'm watching it again just to... It is rather thick cardboard.
Yeah.
So it's probably a more heavy duty type thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, this confirms that, Paper Mario has been confirmed for the Nintendo Switch.
This is true. Yeah, dude, this is a heavy duty. Just by looking at it.
I'm still concerned that it won't last that long.
Well, I would think, what I would probably think there, Toby, is I think it would definitely depend on your kids.
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
think obviously your daughter's at an age where it sucks on everything, so probably not a great idea.
I don't think that you and
Right?
Karina should be taking that around the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would probably think if you are like I really do think like kids who are 8 plus 8 to 14 or sorry 8 to 12, this is right in that thing where they can it's kind of like complex, it's kind of like Legos where they can build complex, they understand pieces, they're being careful with it as well. And I love the fact they can color their own, put stickers on it, customize it, make it their own experience. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of value here from a parenting perspective. I'm very excited to actually show this to my kids and see what they think. But I'm sure that we're going to definitely get a set here for the Nintendo Dads channel and try it out, because I think it's just it's a good opportunity to expand.
What's crazy is the remote control, dude. This is nuts.
Yeah.
Controlling those things using the vibrations in the Joy-Cons to make them move. That's so clever.
Yeah. I think this is really interesting to see. Again, this if we begin to start stepping back and looking at what Nintendo has done in the last little bit, we have seen them enter the mobile space, right, with some games. We recently saw them enter into the amusements, right, with the Universal. They've got that agreement. Rumor is we're going to be hearing some more about the actual movie, the Mario movie, coming out very soon, or at least, early information about it. The other things that we're starting to hear is, all of a sudden, look, Mario Odyssey had cereal. Right, and now we're into this kind of paper crafty kind of kids. At the corner of your bookstore, there's all those craft supplies and Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo logo is going to be there because this is part of it. Do you know what I mean? So we're definitely seeing them expand that that brand. So I think
what happened? Like, Nintendo was just so down in the dumps in the Wii U days. Like, they were doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this whole new sort of mantra to the company that's completely changed, like their attitude to everything.
Yeah.
This is it's funny. I'm going to go back to the PR statement here, and I just got the official one on our email channel right now. It says, building on the 129-year history of Nintendo, which is rooted in innovative entertainment and gameplay experience, Nintendo LABO continues the company's mission of putting smiles on people's faces. And I think that really is what this boils down to. It boils down to fun. And I can tell you, if this had come out before Christmas, this would be one of those things that'd be under every kid's tree. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to kill at Christmas time.
See, this is what I want. I want all the people in the chat that are talking trash. I want to circle back to this when this thing's selling like crazy.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and the ones that do have parents, they're like, oh, my kids want this thing. Because I think it's gonna sell like gangbusters.
Yeah, that's absolutely will.
I think people are hating on it, and that's just a cool thing to do. But I can't see how this doesn't move. I'm serious. I think it's gonna sell like crazy.
It's innovative. Like, Sony and Xbox aren't going to be doing anything like this.
No. Yeah.
Like, remember Sony? They had the Move controllers, and they tried that interactive book thing. What was that called? But it was a huge flop. Like, no wonder no one can remember it.
Yeah.
And that was like,
Justin's cool.
Oh, he's
I'm like, where's he go? Justin said, "All right, I'm gonna peace out." No, I like it. I think it's. Like I said, I think it's innovative, and I think that it's gonna move. I really do. I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling it's gonna. Sell.
Yeah. The thing is, because it's different. There's nothing like this out there.
Exactly, and if they start to incorporate some other things in later, like Nintendo themed things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a home run.
Yeah.
Oh, real? Okay, Joseph. So you'll delete your YouTube channel if this is a massive hit. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
See
that's
you
a
later,
bet.
Joseph.
I'm all. Have a bye. R.I.P. Mr. Badbit. It's done. Yeah. It's done. I love that people are like, this is going to bomb. I can't, like, I don't think it is. I really
don't think so either.
I don't think it is. People used to say the same thing about Amiibo when they talked about it. They were like, well, what are they going to do with them? They're stupid. And then nobody expected them to sell the way they did.
Wii Balance Board. What a dumb idea. But sold like hotcakes,
sold like
you know.
Crazy. Sold like wildfire.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think
Zach Erickson, dear whiny fanboy, this is not for you. Exactly.
Yeah, the difference is if you've got children, and I think you can see the appeal of it if you've got your own kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but Marley, this is not for you. That's the thing I'm saying. Like, you're a grown-ass man. The hell are you going to do with this thing? It's like, what the hell? I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know it's not for me. You know what I mean? Technically, it's not for me.
For creative types, it could be fun.
Yeah.
Like, if you get these sets, I can see, like, especially that first set of all the different, like, uses and stuff. Like, you could make videos with these things, like, just comedy videos.
We're gonna add Mr. Zach Erickson, other Nintendo dad, in, as he wants in on this madness. He said.
Zach's gonna join in, is he?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Zach in.
Okay, I'm gonna drop out if Zach's coming in. We can't. What? 2 Nintendo dads in one spot breaks the internet.
Would you stop it?
Hello.
All right, I'm out, Zach. Bye, guys. Thanks,
hey,
Bobby. Thanks for having me.
See you later.
Justin, is he really bailing out?
Yeah.
I love you, Zach.
Why are you leaving?
Unbelievable. Justin Masson over here, like, hey man,
he's big time, everybody.
I'm like sitting here waiting for Justin so we can record something, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm leaving. All right, I'm doing doing something with somebody else, and then I'm gonna do it with
Listen, he came to the most important place to be. Don't you knock him for that, okay?
That's true. Hey man, we got one of these days we're gonna be riding on your coattails. Remember where your friends.
So what do you think, Zach?
I freaking love this, man. I freaking love this. This is genius. My son is 7 years old, and like huge into Lego. You know, like there's like those little like kid education learning shops that you go into. Like we bought him like this little robot thing a while ago that basically was the like it's basically like the little robot that you steer with the Joy-Cons, but it was like it had the little vibrating motor, and it had like markers that stuck to it, and it would draw patterns on the paper or whatever, right? Like the whole fun is putting it together and then seeing what you built, right? And that's exactly what this is, but it's plugged into your freaking Switch, you know? Yeah. Like it's like for Nintendo to dive into the maker space, which really is what this is, right? Like the kid maker space is super smart. My biggest question is, are they going to it would be even cooler if they also added a sort of like a kid coding thing to this, so you could like buy a kit and then be able to program it to do your own things too, and kind of have like a back end space to that, because I know that like Lego has something like that too, right? Or like Lego has their own kit that you can program a robot and stuff like that. So like,
you're absolutely right, Zach. I didn't even think of that part, but this is really kind of dipping its toe into that space, right, where Lego is kind of already there. Yeah. But with a pre-established brand of something like Nintendo, so that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This is
like
I'm blown away.
And again, I think Marty in our Discord chat, Marty from the show too was saying like they were looking at getting again like those sort of like STEM, like the STEM education sort of sets that you can get where you just you're just getting kids to engage in building things and stuff like that. You can buy that kind of stuff everywhere, but for Nintendo to jump into that space, and for Nintendo to also be kind of like, for them to be, again, they're using cardboard. I guarantee you, as soon as this stuff comes out, we're going to see people who are like, here's the DIY nature of this. People are going to be like coating these things in lacquer and like plastic, and they're going to have like, basically
3D models.
3D like having people just augment their own, all sorts of stuff of their own, right? Where you're going to see some pretty awesome. I feel like that actually is something that I will do, is to get the main thing, but then reinforce it and really make it your own. Again, it's the whole makerspace thing. So you may see third-party alternatives, because basically you have the app, right? Which I'm assuming, does it say, do you just download it into like from the eShop?
It looks like it comes with a cartridge. So it looks
It looks like it's on the PR site, Zach. It looks like there's actually a cartridge that goes with it too.
Yeah.
So you can't download it from the eShop.
I'm sure you probably can too, but but it has it comes with a cartridge case. So I'm assuming, you know, that has like instructions in it as well, because this isn't like a little rinky-dink thing. But
yeah, and the photos look like they're looking at the Switch 4 instructions to be able to build it.
My biggest question is, and I think the biggest area where it's like, is this going to work or not? And hopefully they've done this enough that they know, but like, how accurate is that camera for the kinds of controls that they're trying to get out of it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it's measuring, for example, how much string has wound up on that spool, as an example, right? And it's measuring that. Yeah. Over time, the cardboard's going to wear, and then like those are things. Those are the questions that I have right now. But I don't know. We'll see.
My biggest question is
screw it up when you put it together, right? Like, and then is that going to do anything too? I don't know.
My biggest question is, if you still have a bum left Joy-Con, will the race car just always go to the left? I think that's the groundbreaking, like hard hitting questions we need to figure out with this thing.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
There's a whole bunch more variations in the trailer that you don't see in Toy-Con 1 and Toy-Con 2. There's a chicken. Yeah. There's like a whole steering wheel set up with like a gear stick and a foot pedal. Yep. There's like loads. There's like a camera. There's like
that would be cool too if you could actually draw. Like you have to come with a racing game and it has a steering wheel and a drive. Like that's kind of neat, man.
You can imagine that there is this is launching in April, and in September there is going to be packs 3 and 4. Do you know what I mean? Like you can almost see the strategy behind it. Yeah. It'll be interesting to kind of see what this may end up looking like at E3. Where does this land? Is this something they're going to highlight, or is this kind of just a side project that they're like, hey, this is fun, or does it start becoming, part of the larger conversation as well? Where does this kind of land in their portfolio of content?
Like at the end of the day, I'm curious for the people that are upset about this. How many of them bought 1-2 Switch at full price, right? So this is 1-2 Switch essentially with cardboard. So you're paying like $10, $20 more to get the cardboard cutouts, and then you get your game that has multiple games built in it. Essentially.
As for wear and tear as well, like the cord that you see getting pulled and everything, that seems to always be going through a plastic sort of ring loop. Yes. So it's not like it's rubbing on the cardboard at any time. There are elastic bands inside, and they can break over time, but they're easily replaceable. Yeah. So there goes Justin. Might be more sturdy than we imagine.
Justin's got that quality internet over there in Ireland.
No, I just dropped out. The Guardian actually just put out. Someone actually went hands on with it.
Oh, really?
And they've got an article out about it right now, actually, because they got early access. I don't know. I just saw pop in my feed, and I was like, wait, what? So I want to take. I just retweeted it off our channel. So if you
has anybody? Apparently, they have an FAQ in here on their website.
What I'm getting at, Variento, is I know it's not 1-2 Switch. What I'm saying essentially is it's one cartridge with a multitude of games in it, and then it also comes with these cardboard cutouts. That's what I'm getting at. Like I don't, in any stretch of imagination, imagine that this is 1-2 Switch.
So this is. I'm just going to read you the headline off this article from The Guardian. They call it like cardboard Lego. Nintendo's ingenious upcoming release for its Switch console uses augmented reality to make working cars, pianos, and full body robots, teaching coding and engineering principles through play. So I just tweeted this off of our Twitter page, so you can check it out if you guys want and give a quick read to it as well. So I obviously, I'm just skimming through it, but it looks like there's some good information, and looks like some relatively good feedback, or hands-on with it as well.
Yeah.
And actually, they've got a delayed date of the 27th here. It looks like over in the UK and the EU.
I am honestly, my biggest concern right now is that price, and I know that it's a game, but if it's $70 for Toy-Con 1 in the States, that means it's going to be $90 here, in Canada. Yeah, $90 here probably. It's going to be over $100 for Toy-Con 2, guaranteed, right? And that's crazy. Like that is a lot of money for for this. So that is where my biggest point of hesitation comes from right now.
Yeah.
Is that this is not necessarily the kind of thing that you like really get into for all of them, unless you're doing it for the maker side. You're not
Zach,
doing it.
You're talking this mumbo jumbo, but when your kid sees it, you're buying it.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is like you thought it was bad having a freaking balance board and a few Wii wheels in your house. Like now you got to have this freaking backpack and all of the cardboard crap. You're gonna have a freaking Rubbermaid full of this stuff, right? And it's
Ubisoft called it, man. Ubisoft called it before the Switch even came out. They said this is going to be like the Wii in many regards, and that's kind of where it's going. It's nuts to think that this is where they are.
The nice thing about this peripheral, though, is that if I need a bonfire, I'm set.
This is
I
true.
bet you those things just light up.
When the kids are done, just light it up.
The favorite part of any toy is the cardboard box. What if the entire thing was a cardboard box?
It's very environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, if it flops, then like the amount of money that they've put into making these cardboard things is not a lot. Like, it's not like they got a production line of plastic and metal parts. It's cardboard. So their investment in this can't be that much.
Yeah.
It's very low risk. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, that's interesting. It's low risk and relatively safe for a company that right now could roll the dice hard for high risk because of the success they're having with the Switch. So I think that's a very interesting place.
Also, it's probably a thing where Nintendo is basically programming the games, like you said already. Jesus, good God,
Zach or Justin, one of us.
Yeah, I'm looking at Zach and I'm thinking Justin. My mind just froze for a minute. No. So if
I'm the cooler one.
No, but what you said earlier was the robot one looks like what is it, Planet Robobot or whatever.
It's Project Giant Robot, man.
Yeah,
Project Giant Robot,
I was looking up screens and it does look like an evolved version of that.
Yeah,
it absolutely
that's
is.
something that Miyamoto worked on years ago. That was supposed to come out right around the time Star Fox came out. And this is coming out. Looks like now, and that game looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
this looks way better than holding a freaking gamepad in your hands.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's like no, you just freaking don a robot suit. And again, I'll kind of reemphasize what I said before, where like this particular kit looks like eventually over time it will wear and tear, right? But at the same time, like I don't think that's necessarily going to be a problem because, like, looking at the shoes, for example, right? Like, you got these stupid little straps on your feet. You know that they're going to be. If you really are excited about this, then all you have to do is make sure that whatever you make is compatible with the software once you've purchased it in the first place, right? And it looks like the robot suit in particular actually runs off 4 different Joy-Cons. It looks like, right? Like you've got to have 2 for your hands and then 2 for. 2 for your hands.
AR set.
Yeah, it's like 2 for your hands, 1 for the head, 1 for the backpack, and then everything else is just
that might be why that might be a little bit more money. Maybe the Joy-Cons come with it.
No.
You don't think?
No. Joy-Cons are like £70 in the UK. It's like...
But you would have to have. Yeah, it looks like you would have to have a full set of 4 because otherwise, because this kid's got like I'm looking at this here. It's like the kid's got 1 in his hand. 1 on his head.
No. The kid has one. The kid has 1 on his head and 1 in the back of the backpack.
Well, then what's in his left hand there? That's the spool.
Controls. That's
the
spools.
spool. Oh, okay.
The camera is shooting into the back because you saw when they took it apart. They take it
apart. It's
got
all the little white
these levers going up and down, and that's what the camera is shooting. And then I guess it's sending the signal to the controller or to the tablet.
Again, it's got to be done in a way. The wear and tear is not going to be an issue. That's the biggest.
Like Toby said, every time when you're doing the strings and stuff, there's always these plastic rivets that the string's going through.
Yeah, that's true.
So that'll keep the cardboard from.
And my biggest thing too is like, my other thing is that having this thing built, but then knowing that it's not an option. Like, I've got a freaking 1-year-old at my house. You know what I mean? And so it's like like having something that's cardboard is just like, oh geez. Like we've got to have some sort of a tub that's got a freaking latch on it that he can't open, because otherwise he gnaws on everything. You know what I mean? And so like just little things like that too.
Yeah, there's definitely a target audience for this.
How expensive would this be if it wasn't cardboard? If this was like bits of plastic and stuff, it would be too expensive. You wouldn't be able to do it.
Probably like $150 easily. And that's like what I think what Zach is saying exactly is you'll see it'll get to the point, like let's say that you have breakout things, like that house becomes a breakout thing, right? Where you just find out like everybody's playing that with that dollhouse, like the little girls are playing with it or whatever all the time. You might get a third-party manufacturer, like a Hori or something like that, to come in and go, we're just going to build a plastic one. And then you just buy the plastic house, and it has everything basically that the other one does. Like, I can see companies doing that. Or maybe people, like, do start to do, like, 3D modeling and stuff. Like, I feel like you can actually start to do multiple things with this as time goes on. And the fishing pole, like... Dude, that's just like you can eat, like maybe the fishing game becomes a big thing. You know what I mean? And then you have, I mean, that's Animal Crossing right there.
Yeah. And you know what? Like the idea where it says that this is for kids and kids at heart. So people, like adults that are creative, they can take the software that is given to you in these packages and design their own cardboard peripherals to go with them. Like, because if all that remote control bug thing does is vibrate to make it move, then you can make your own crafty thing to interact with that in any way you like. So I think there's a lot of possibilities there.
Jesse Sacken, I will be playing this all on stream without a kid in the room, so be sure to stick around for that.
Yeah, did you notice how the studio thing said you had to have a kid to show up to it? So I don't need to have no. You just can't just steal a kid, guys. I am
the kid.
Yeah, exactly, guys. I'm gonna head out though. Bobby, thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Great chat.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
All right. See you later.
Night.
So Sean just said it's trending on Twitter now, or it's been trending on Twitter, but it's up to 50,000 tweets. So it's going
cool,
crazy.
Man. I think it's you know, and I'm imagining, like, I love to watch. I don't know if like Tested would be, you know, like Adam Savage, Busters, like Tested.
Yeah.
Imagine if people with that amount of talent just like, yeah, you know what? I like the one that I bought. I used that. I understand now how the mechanisms work, and now I'm making my own full-on robot suit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Like build on top of this entire thing.
Yeah.
A kid with a real big imagination.
Dude, look
could
at
do
Amiibo.
That. Like, could do so much of that.
Like look at Amiibo. Look at Joy-Cons. Look at what this community that Nintendo has. The creators and all this stuff that they do. Like you look at I look at TJ and I look at Gonda Chris and like the ingenuity of what they do and how they create Amiibo and all that. Like I could see people like that just looking at this and going like, oh my god, I can make this, or I can make that, and just jumping on top of it and really doing some amazing stuff. Like this is I think it's gonna be insane, the stuff that comes out of this. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Again, I really hope that they open it up though and allow kids specifically to have their own sort of, you know, like take that concept of Mario Maker and, you know, like, and just blow it up, right? So that you can have all the different inputs in there, maybe show some templates for, I don't know if that's where they're going with this, but I think that would be amazing if they were to do that. I really hope they do.
I think this is, honestly, I have a feeling this is like the next Skylanders. Like as big as Skylanders was, like everybody kind of didn't know what that was, and then it just exploded. And I think that's kind of where this is leading. Like you'll see, because the main thing is like, man, if this goes over well with kids, it's lights out, man. And that's obviously like everybody here can talk about it, but we don't know because we're not kids. But if you start showing kids and seeing the reactions,
you can look for this video later. I'm gonna bring my son home and I'm gonna plop him down in front of this video and I'm recording his reaction.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see.
Because I know that this is something that he's gonna be excited about.
Yeah,
so
it'd be good to see that. Like that.
Yeah.
So, that'd be a good reaction video to do because I'm curious, just to see. I'm curious because we got Cleva in the chat. Would your kid be into something like this? Because like, I'm curious. Like, that's the thing. Like, is this a kid? Like, our kid's gonna like? I can see Sean Capri buying this now and trying to make Link do this stuff.
Yeah, make like a baby-sized robot suit.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because Tim is saying he's all hyped up for it, and you were saying Marty is excited.
Marty was,
right?
yeah, Marty was a little bit more of like, I don't know, like I don't know if I get it, but like I think that the initial video, it's kind of like, wait, what is this? And then you really have to dig into what is it before you, and you've got to look at this from the perspective of a kid who's again their age that they've said on their website for these events that they're throwing, they are ages 6 to 12, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the demographic that they're targeting with this, and I think that for that demographic, this is super cool, right? Like this is the kind of thing. It's like I get to make my own thing. I'm really excited about it. So
like, yeah, exactly. So, all right, we're going to end this up now. Thank you guys for popping in, and well, Toby from the beginning and Zach, thank you for your input. I appreciate it.
Hey, no worries, man.
And Justin, wherever you are now, thank you. Everybody that showed up in the chat tonight, man, you guys made this an awesome night. Even though you guys were hating like crazy, it was fun to watch you guys.
It's not for you. It's okay. Not everything is about you. Like.
So that is all. Peace out, Preston.
Ciao.